lifestyle's been freezing cold like the diamonds in they chain, no lab-grown stones. Jimmy boy, you been baller, sit on the throne. Ain't never sold shit, clone, get your ass on. That bullshit is for the rodeo, it don't belong. Blowing on that donut beat pack from the biggest bone. From K-Town to H-Town, they hold it down. Internationally respected, you see the crowns. Dust Brothers and Theme Kings, we all hustlers. Been ballin' like Jimmy Boy was feeding customers. Cold as ice, the block coming cop from us. Realest podcast in the world that can't fuck with us. This lifestyle we live, man, it's cold as ice. We took a chance to fall, now we set the price. This lifestyle we live, man, it's cold as ice. We took a chance to ball, now we setting the price. Let's get it.
Yo, what up, everyone? What's going on, man? You know what it is. Brand new episode of the world famous Cold as Ice podcast coming to you live from Hollywood to H-Town. I am one of your co-hosts, Ben Baller, a.k.a. The Wash Lord, a.k.a. the Korean Earl Woods. On the other side, down south, we got my dog.
Yes, sir. It's the man himself, Jimmy the Gent, a.k.a. Jimmy Boy, a.k.a. the Hustler's Choice, a.k.a. Mr. You know who it is, man. What it is, everybody. How y'all doing out there? Ben, what's going on, bro?
Guys, I'm good, man. I'm good. Guys, this show is brought to you by none other than the 8-time podcast producers of the year, the Dust Brothers. That's Miles Davis and Jordan Winter.
Yes, sir.
With original theme song by Illegal Kartel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, it's Friday. It's time to party, man. Jimmy, what's good with you, bro?
Man, I'm good, bro. You know what's crazy? I got this little thing that I always do where before I go to bed, bro, I like to just skim through World Star, just see what's going on and stuff like that. And I noticed that there was a video at first. You know what I mean? It was like 23-year-old. Exactly, it said like 23-year-old gets lured to have a baby with an old lady, some kind of weird thing, you know what I'm saying? So at first it interested me, so I clicked on it, and I hear like this white boy, he's like just talking about how supposedly he was seeing somebody, then they stopped seeing each other. She told him to have a baby with her, and that he ain't had nothing to do with it, and then they signed a paper to do that. Then some about how after she got pregnant, her family and him were in contact and he just wanted to spend more time with the baby. Then like talking about she wanted to start charging him money, like basically child support, and not letting him see the baby or things like that, bro. And I kind of just got off of it, right? And I just found out like it's a huge thing. I
seen that shit, bro.
It's like supposedly crazy as heck.
That shit is trending #1 on TikTok, dog.
Damn.
Well, it was trending #1 for the last few days. And the crazy part is it came across my For You page and I see the girl's name is Maria, either Maria Tran or Maria Nguyen. I forgot, one of those, some Vietnamese name, right? I was like, damn, wonder if fucking Jimmy know this girl, right? Because she from OC. And I watched the whole story, right, bro? And you know, both of us been through custody shit, right?
Yep.
And it's like, you don't know who capping. But right now, the whole tea about it is that the dude's girlfriend is a very famous TikToker, Nurse Hadley.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why this shit became so big. And like, I seen a old girl, I guess she replied, she said something, I don't know what her page is, and then her cousin replied.
So the crazy thing of it all, bro, yeah, so it's Maria Nguyen, and actually they from Biloxi. He from Biloxi too. They all from Mississippi, bro. And the wild thing is, yeah, so her cousin is a friend of mine.
Wait, hold on. They're not from OC?
Nah, bro, nope.
Wait. Hold on, wait a second. Rewind again. Hold on. Did you just say her cousin is a friend of yours?
Her cousin, yeah, is a friend of mine. I'd say a good friend of mine, a lady friend of mine, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny because she reached out to me. A lady friend?
Okay, hold on. You smashed this girl?
No, bro, come on, man. We friends.
What do you mean, bro?
We're friends, you know what I mean? We're friends.
Are you trying to get on a check too with this white boy, or what's going on?
Man, no, definitely not, bro. You know, I'm just...
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Whose side you believe more, Maria or the white boy? So,
like, I talked to Michelle, you know, that's the cousin, you know what I'm saying? And to be real with you, bro, like, and it's funny because when she first had hit me about it, like, oh, you know, this is going viral, I just wanted to talk to you. So I'd reached out to her and I was kind of like, yo, what are you talking about? And so when she like told me more about it, I was just like, hold up, I seen this on World Star, right? And I'm gonna be totally 100% honest with you, bro. Like when I was watching that video, like the only thing I could look at and say is, well, at the end of the day, you should have never put a baby in this girl. Like, you could sit here and try to justify all the stuff that's going on. She wants child support from you, but you sitting there saying that she keeping the baby away from you. So if you want to be a part of this child's life and you put a baby in this girl and you don't want to be with this girl, guess what? You got to pay child support if you ain't raising this child. And that's coming from me,
Mr.
But stop, Jimmy.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but they did it. He posted a DNA result test and said that the baby ain't his. So the argument between all these divorce lawyers, because I've seen like 17 different angles of it because it keeps going on my For You page. Once the algorithm hits, you get every fucking angle, right?
Yep.
And the divorce lawyer is like, oh, this guy's a douchebag. This dude's hiding. I deal with guys like this all day. Shut the fuck up. I fucking hate child custody fucking lawyers.
This is how I look at it,
I'm not saying
bro.
that they all are bad, but
this is how I look at it right now. Whether the child is his or not.
Stop 1 second. They're saying the law, even if it's not yours, you took care of it, you're responsible for it. I'm going to keep it a buck.
Uh-huh.
That's cap.
For sure. No. I feel that. This is how I look at it, though. So from my knowledge and what I know, you know what I'm saying? He signed a birth certificate. He's been there in the child's life. Okay, look, if I was in this situation, right, and I'm a father of 5, I have 5 children, you know what I'm saying? They were never planned. I could say, I'm not going to lie, I got one that I've questioned his mind, okay? So the day that, if it is true, now there's speculation that supposedly this test that he took was rigged or anything like that too. And I'm not here to say if it is or not, but I will say that if he did find out, I think the baby's 3 years old now. If he did find out that she's not his, then it is what it is. He should have took those precautions in the hospital and found out at that point. Can he be mad about it? You can be upset, but for you to try to bash somebody and do all this stuff, charge it to the game,
Hold
bro.
on, Jimmy. You're not being fair.
How am I not being fair, though?
Because you don't know she was trying to extort him. You feel me? So there's two sides. So if she's trying to extort him, that's why he had to tell his side of his story.
Okay, so as far as extorting, like I don't know extortion-wise, because I know that when I was watching this video, all I heard was she was asking for like child support and things like that. I don't consider that extortion.
Well, she took him to court. That's why he jumped in front of it. That's why he made the video.
And that's
regardless,
cool,
people are saying, oh, there's a kid involved. You shouldn't involve social media. Like, man, fuck out of here, bro. What the fuck you mean? Everyone puts stupid ass shit on social media where they donate shit, do stupid shit for clicks, do this, and this. I've seen it every single way. I'm not saying any side is right or any side is wrong, regardless. You could both be fucking wrong. At the end of the day, if the kid ain't his, then too fucking bad then.
Exactly. And as far as the extortion, I just want to do, I will add one thing though, from my knowledge and what I know is that even when they met, like she's had more bread than him. So if it's if it's extortion out of bitterness, yeah, whatever. But I'm hearing that supposedly he's thinking like if people are making it look like she ain't got no money.
I'm not even on this.
She ain't, you know what I mean? So
I ain't on this goofy dude side either. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. But let me tell you this: if you know the cousin, bro, and that's a cool friend, let's get her on the motherfucking podcast and let's break the exclusive, and we'll get the story on Cold as Ice.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what needs to be. You know what I mean? She needed to speak her side.
Okay,
and I, it's crazy. Like I said, when I was watching the video, I didn't even know it was a Vietnamese girl that was involved in all this. And one thing I want to add though, the fact that from what I know, they saying things about like her being really old and stuff like that. From what I know, she's 7 years difference. Like she was 29 and he was 23, or she was 30. And also, I think the girl he's with now, nurse.
I mean,
whatever,
7 years, dog. You gotta understand, Jimmy. Understand this real quick, okay? A girl who's 25 is mentally equivalent to a dude who's 32.
Facts.
Okay?
I get it.
A girl who's 32 is mentally, a dude who's 40. I'm just saying, so you gotta remember, a 23-year-old guy that's 7. I'm not saying it's a huge thing, but it's a difference. I've seen it work out, but more times than not, it don't, bro.
But what I'm saying
because
is,
men
okay,
are more immature than women.
I get that, but if he is personally pushing it like, oh, this an old chick trying to get with me, to my knowledge,
no, man, I didn't even take it like that.
No,
she
not
is older.
you. I'm talking about him.
He didn't.
No. But let me finish. What I'm saying is that,
dog,
from my knowledge, this new girl he with, nurse, whatever, she's only a year younger than Maria. So if he's pushing this whole thing, this old girl trying to do me, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
No, he just said that an older woman. And he didn't lie. And at the end of the day, fuck both of them. Mm-hmm. But if we can get him on a show, then cool. Let's get him on a show and let's talk some shit and let's figure out. Let's get down to it, dog. Let's get down.
I think
you
she
know
wants
me,
to
dog.
tell
I'm
her
gonna get the
side for
motherfucking
sure.
story.
Yeah.
You might
sure.
have to call me the Korean Geraldo Rivera. I'll get Maury Povich on this bitch.
Call me the Asian Jerry Springer. No. Let's do the what's his name? Fuck, you are not the father. What's his name? I forgot. My mind just went blank.
I just said Maury Povich.
Yeah.
I just said it.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna be the
Maury
Maury
Povich.
Povich. I'm gonna get him fighting. I'm gonna have him fighting.
If you're looking to sell anything from your own website, then Shopify is for you. Whether it's apparel, consulting services, repair needs, or anything you can dream of, I highly recommend Shopify to be your all-in-one tool for selling. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/baller, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/baller to upgrade your selling today. That's shopify.com/baller. You know what, dude? One of the first viral clips on the internet 24 years ago. Do you remember the dude that went on fucking Maury Povich and said, "You are not the father," and that motherfucker did the dance and did the crazy ass dance on there? Lamar or some shit. Do you remember? It was one of the first viral clips in fucking the internet history. Anyways, on a serious note, this is fan questions. We got a lot of fan questions. Look, some of you guys been talking shit. Hey, how come you get a 36-minute episode, 45-minute episode, 50? Look, we're going to give you an hour and a half probably today. We're going to give you 90 minutes in this bitch. But before we get into that, on a serious note, just found out a few hours ago that an acquaintance of mine, Liam Payne, from the group One Direction, has passed away. Very sad. My condolences go out to his family, to his friends, and his loved ones.
Prayers go to him and his
31 years young. Yeah, man, passed away in Buenos Aires. Met the dude, super nice guy. Met them really early on through Bieber, and then met them through one of their producers, actually a Korean dude. And then, we was talking about some jewelry, other stuff, whatever. He ended up rocking with Greg Una later. I'm happy that they did. But he was just a solid dude, man. Talented motherfucker, good-looking dude, man. It's really sad. Actually shocked the shit out of me because I was taking a nap, played some golf today, and took a little nap, woke up and seen a picture of his face and seen the dates. When you see a picture of the face in black and white with dates, that shit, and just, he's so fucking young. It's just like, such a shocking thing.
Yeah, man.
Again, rest in peace, Liam. You with God now, bro, and no more pain, dog. So
God bless you.
So salute to you. And let's get into these fan questions. Jimmy, you ready, man? We're going to do these live, straight up, just nonchalant.
Let's do what it do, baby. Let's do what it do.
Dear Ben and Jimmy, I'm requesting to remain anonymous for personal reasons. My fan question for the week's episode is about your journey with getting therapy. I just started my subscription today with BetterHelp to get assistance with some things I've been struggling with for a long time, but can no longer place on the back burner. At what point did you decide it was time to get help with the things you need to deal with? Jimmy, go ahead, man.
For me, I think the biggest thing, and I said this on the episode with Lyrical Egro, was that I just noticed like the way I handle things or my attitude or my crankiness was like rubbing off on my daughter Savannah, and knowing that we had just got out of a nasty separation with me and with my ex, which was like her second mother. I just knew that there are a lot of things that was not, I was getting her out of it, trying to fix everything. And I was just like, okay, I'm at a place now. I put them in a good place, but I'm seeing that my attitude or my short temper is like rubbing off. So at that moment, it was like, okay, I need to seek help to better myself because they're a reflection of me. So I had to basically go for it, because prior to that, I always thought therapy is going to try to change me. Or, I remember I went to a couples counselor like 10, 12 years ago. And it was crazy because in the couples counseling, I ended up learning more about myself than anything. And the counselor told me, she was like, Jimmy, you've been able to put all of your feelings and emotions into a box and put a lid over it and put it to the side. And she was like, usually I would tell people that's the wrong thing to do. But to see what you've done and how far you've come by doing that, I can't even tell you it's wrong. And so that was always stuck in the back of my head. So I was like, man, if I go to therapy, what if I end up opening this box and I become an emotional wreck? I don't want to work anymore. I turn into this weak ass motherfucker. I don't want to do that. And that's what was scaring me. But then when I seen that happen with seeing my daughter, like her attitude, like my attitude rubbing off on her, it was like, yo, I gotta make a change. And that's when I started kind of like talking to people about therapists. And that's when they told me, it's like, it's not even like that. They're not gonna have you become like that. It's really more of just finding more of yourself and being better. And that's when it was just like, for me, like, hey, I need to be a better person, a better role model to my children. So I need to do that. You know, I've done everything else. I've showed them that I can take them away from pain and problems and build a life for them. Now I got to show them that, hey, at the same time, I can be a better person, and life is, you know, a lot smoother and easier. It's not uptight like you need to be all the time.
So Jimmy kind of said most of, you know, what the key points. And again, it's everyone is different. It's individual. I started doing therapy. I fought doing it for decades. It was suggested many times in my life when I was going through my parents' divorce, going through tough times at school, going through death, going through whatever. And finally, it was through couples counseling, through when the divorce began. I wasn't a big fan of it, and I wasn't a big fan going into it. We had seen a couples therapist like some years ago before Kyle was born. But I will say, after the divorce had started, I think my biggest takeaway is that it's to find the common ground, bro. You know, to step outside yourself and see how you are and how people may perceive yourself. So like, for instance, here, I'll explain to you. You ever been sitting in traffic and you in a bad mood, you in a rush or something, and then you get to a light and the light turns green and the person in front of you don't go. I don't know how a lot of people maybe are different. I'm like, what the fuck is you doing, motherfucker? You honked the horn like, man, come on, dog. Fuck you waiting for? Let's go hit green, light turn green.
Yeah.
Now, you don't know if that person just lost their job. You don't know if their mother just died, if their wife died, their son died. You don't know what's going on. Because I know if somehow, some way that was me and my son had died or whatever the fuck it may be, something terrible, fuck everyone. So you just got to be a little more compassionate with the world. And I kind of found that side of it. So that's something that it helped me deal with. And I think finding common ground of answers you don't know and dealing with it being okay with you not having the answers to everything. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Think of a time recently when you didn't feel like you could be your full self, like you were hiding behind a mask. October is a season for wearing masks and costumes, but some of us feel like we wear a mask and hide more often than we want to. At work, in social settings, around our family, therapy can help you learn to accept all parts of yourself so you can take off the mask. We've spoken in depth about the benefits of therapy, and it's a good idea for all of our listeners to have someone to talk to. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Take off the mask with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/coldazice today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/coldazice. Alex Q writes, I'm a big fan. His question is for both Ben and Jimmy. What was a major turning point or fork in the road which determined your trajectory of success? Was it a talk you had, a book you read, a decision you made, and how could we use the moral of your story to apply to our lives?
Man, I'll go first. To me, you know, a lot of people, you know, they always say, like, I hear like stories of like, oh, you know, like I had, you know, took a major loss, or, you know, I maybe got robbed and I changed my life, whatever. For me, you know, I've taken losses a lot, man, and I bounced back, took losses, bounced back. I don't see any of those being like the trajectory of when it happened. I feel like those were all times of preparation for me to keep going. You know, I heard this saying as a youngster, you know, life is like a roller coaster, and you go up and down a lot, but then it takes you going up and going down to realize what makes you go down for you to, when you get back up, to keep yourself up. You know what I'm saying? And it's like really just preparing for the rain and the storm. You know, everybody has their time. Everybody gets their chance to shine. And it's what you do when you're shining, and then also when you're not shining, what you're doing then to really keep you in the game. You know what I mean? Because to me, longevity is the only way to kill your enemies. So, you know what I mean? Like I've taken a lot of
That's real
losses, you
facts.
know. Last year I took an L for 1.8 million, you know, and it's like sometimes I ask that, like, what does this mean? You know what I mean? I'm gonna go harder, I'm gonna jump back, whatever. But it's just life is never gonna be just that one situation. It's gonna be several things.
No.
And that's what I believe. Like God always shows you signs. Always before something bad happens. And it's really up to you to either take them signs and make a change or do something with it, or, you know, learn the hard way.
Yeah. You know, in the great words of Cameron, I was down 40. Now I'm up 50. That's a big inspirational piece for me. Like Jimmy said, you take a lot of losses. I think with me, the biggest takeaway what Jimmy said was longevity. You have to understand that when you play golf, nobody gets good fast. Now, fast is relative. Some people think that 2 years is very fast. For me, it's not. You start realizing when you hear the pros, the best coaches in the world, they say, you know what? It's good to have luck in golf. You need to have luck in golf, right? And the more you practice, the better you get, right? But the more you practice, the more luckier you get as well. And I believe in that as well. And that aspect is parallel with life and anything you apply to it, whether it be whatever field you're in. What I mean is I know that, like today I played golf and I was like, damn, I played solid, textbook, boring golf today and almost broke 80 and didn't really play fantastic. I just played very consistent and well. And I think with all the shit you deal with in life, if you're trying to get rich fast, it's just go ahead and forget it. It's when you have a lot of seeds planted that one starts flourishing over here, you start paying attention to that, you start paying attention to everything, and you start watering all your plants. Photosynthesis happens. Some things flourish, some things don't. But you have to go through experiences, you know what I'm saying? You got to go long term. If you are thinking now the problem is people don't get that. You could have a long-term business and roll with the punches and stand the test of time, right? That's why you might see something like a Ziploc. Oh, all of a sudden, after 20 years of Ziplocs, now they got the little slider, or now they have a freezer bag, they have this, or they have this. You have to evolve. But just understand that you got to take your time and you have to really study everything that was great before you and whatever it may be. So there was really no actual major turning point in my road. What happens is you start to build momentum. When you build momentum, you need to take advantage of momentum because momentum is a motherfucker. When you see shift in momentum, it happens in football games right then and there, man, you feel it. You're like, oh shit, he took it from me. You can't let anybody take your momentum.
Exactly.
And when you can run with it, you run with it.
Yeah, I want to just add real quick, like in 2015, I remember I was about to close on my first house again because the house I had before I lost. And the night before we closed, man, dudes break into the apartment I was living in, and I took an L for like 85,000. And, you know, it hit me at first, but because of so many losses I took in before and how I handled it, I basically stayed on my grind and kept grinding. And it's funny because I don't want to kind of boast if I say this, but like 3 weeks later, I basically didn't even remember that loss because I was just grinding, hitting. And it's like, you have to just outnumber those L's with W's. You got to keep going. You got to keep grinding. Once you got the formula, you just got to go and keep going. And next thing you know, you're going to swallow up that L, man. You're going to keep getting to it, man. You just got to keep going. Hustle, don't stop, baby.
Yeah. You know what? He has a few other questions too, bro. But you know what, dog? Hey, man, bro, we got a lot of questions today, man. But one is kind of cool, man. He's like, what advice do you have for approaching women? Can you share, you know, how you pulled or met the women you're with right now? And it's like, I think motherfuckers need to understand that when you get older in life, you approach women differently. I'm not going to sit here, like for me, liking a girl's picture that's in a bikini or in a dress or whatever the fuck she's doing playing golf, it means absolutely nothing. It does not mean I like you. It doesn't mean anything.
Exactly.
I just like the fucking video for whatever it was. There could be a girl that's physically attractive to your eyeballs, but, you know, I heard someone say this to me 25 years ago. Show me a beautiful girl and I'll show you a dude who's tired of fucking her. And that's the absolute truth. You know, if you could have a girl that give you 5 to 10 minutes and have a conversation, y'all can see what you guys are, you know what I mean, with no games. You guys can really see, you know, lay cards out on the table and just get to it. That's the beauty about being, you know, a grown-up. You start playing games when you're 18, 22. I see motherfuckers in their 30s playing games. It's like, all right, you start playing games, you're going to end playing games, right? You get it how you get it.
Yeah.
I think if you have an honest conversation with somebody and not even thinking about sex or anything, and you mentally stimulated, then you realize what can happen, what's here to stay. If you just out the fuck, then, I mean, bro, do some stupid shit. I don't really know. You know what I mean? There's guys who are good looking that can't hold a girl. There's guys who have, six packs and go to the gym every single day and they lose their chick to a fucking dude who got a fucking beer belly. Really, man, it's really about your confidence and your personality, man. That's all I can say, Jimmy, unless you got some other game you want to spit it.
Nah, not really, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like at my age, if he's a younger guy, whatever, I'll tell him how I met my ex Gabby. Like I seen her at the club, you know what I mean? She was a go-go dancer, and I peeped her for a while before I even talked to her. But the way I approached her, I kept seeing her, be around and turning guys down. So I had a waitress bring her a bottle of water. And so she was just like, what the hell? And so she came and thanked me for the bottle of water. And, I told her, I was like, I know dudes be trying to offer you drinks all the time. I just wanted to give you some water because you look thirsty on that stage. You know what I mean? So you got to just be different. You know what I mean? You gotta be different, bro. Because that, yeah, it got her till this day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to, hey, it's pretty simple, bro.
Oh, boy.
Jimmy
all right,
the
man.
Jim.
Alvin writes, what's up, Ben and Jimmy? What's up, Ben and Jimmy? Been a long time listener since Behind the Baller. Appreciate the free game. I'm newly engaged as of a month and a half ago. I was wondering, what advice do you have to make a marriage work? Essentially, what have you learned about marriage that differs from dating? Thanks. I don't know if you want to take advice from me for marriage, but I did, 14 years. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a long motherfucking time. I ain't gonna lie to you. 14 years is a long goddamn time. I will say this, date nights are very important. I think that I lost sight of what's important. Another thing too is I think that I'm just going to be fair. I think that she lost sight too on what was important, right? In certain things, and everyone has a role, and love is not enough. And what I mean is there's finances, there's a lot of other things, that there are decisions for school, there's decision to kids and, all that type of shit. You get that out the way. But I will say that, think about what everyone brings to the table. And it doesn't have to be money. Someone can bring peace to you, right? It can bring other things. It could be good luck, whatever it is. You really got to think about how comfortable are you guys, together with a certain type of roof over your head. What type of lifestyle do you live? What type of lifestyle will you live without it? And really just gotta and I'll say this, okay? If you want a marriage to work, don't ever tell your friends about how good your husband is, or how good your wife is, or how bad your husband is, or how bad your wife is. This is with your closest friends. I know people think that this is a normal thing. I'm telling you, it's not going to be a good thing unless it's over and you want to talk about it then. I'm talking about when you're currently in a situation, it ain't the best thing. People think it's best thing to vent to a friend. I'm telling you right now, I would say 70% of the time, and that's a low number. I think it's even 85, 90. You have someone either giving you bad advice, or you got someone hoping that your shit's not good because they're miserable. So I would suggest you keeping shit to yourself, or go and talk to a therapist about something that understands things, that is unbiased, and not going to be on your side or their side for whatever reason. But date nights are important. You got anything to add, Jimmy?
Yeah, I just got to say, I never been married, you know what I mean? But I feel like a key to a relationship, like Ben says, date nights. You got to keep the relationship alive, whether you have kids or not. Sometimes you lose track of things, but communication is key. That's the biggest thing. Y'all have to communicate, and y'all have to speak your minds and tell the truth. I feel a lot of people nowadays, they just scared of saying how they feel, but you got to. You might be scared of saying how you feel and losing that person, but you know what? If you're saying how you feel and you lose that person, then that person ain't for you. So communicate, man. Communication is key. That's the best part, man. You want a partner that you can communicate with and live life and go through this thing called life with, man. You don't want a partner that you can't fucking talk to, bro. That shit sucks. I know.
I could add a whole lot, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Brandon Pippin writes, what's up, Ben and Jimmy? Although you guys don't talk about cars that much anymore, what do you think of the new Corvette C8 ZR1 coming out with 1,064 horsepower? I think that motherfucker is sick. I've always loved Corvettes. This may sound fucked up, but the only American car I feel like I can drive maybe would be an Escalade. I'm not big on American sports cars.
Yeah.
I rather drive a Porsche 911 Turbo. I know it's 2-3 times the price, but I think it's a dope car. It's fun. It's just not for me. I think that is a sick ass car for a dude under 40.
Yeah.
Or I mean, it could be for anybody. I'm just saying for me, it's just not. That's not it. But I mean, it's a great car. It's powerful, and I don't know, Jim. What you think about that new C8? ZR1. ZR1 is like the top dog. You know what I'm saying? It's like
definitely. Yeah, man. It's a bad, MF, you know what I mean? Like my close friend Nietzsche, you know what I mean? He actually sells one. He has a Corvette. He don't got that one, but he sells Corvettes all the time and Chevy. So I see a lot of it, and it looks nice, but like it's not for me. You know what I mean? Like literally, the only American car I drive is the Escalade or a classic Chevelle. So yeah, it's cool.
I had a classic. I had an Impala. I had a Chevelle.
Yeah.
Parker Cherry writes, I need some advice for moving from Texas to CA. I've always wanted to live in Southern California, but everyone around me always tells me how expensive and hard it is to make the move. How would you prepare for a move from Texas to CA? Do you think it's worth the extra money? How can I ensure that I have the time to go to the beach and really enjoy the city instead of working all the time? Parker, let me tell you that Jimmy will probably have a better answer for this. I will tell you, as someone who is a native, born and raised in Southern California, lived in Northern California, am a diehard, real, true Angelino, I would not move to LA, or I would not move to Southern California. I would stay in Texas while it's cheaper, and I'd wait till all this shit is this fuckery that's going on with the election and everything over, and I would stay my ass in Texas. But Jimmy, you go ahead and tell him.
I'll just say I actually moved to California in 2010 because Ben told me to move out there. He was gonna help, we were gonna do a lot of stuff together, and I loved moving out there.
2010 was a big difference, bro.
Hey, no, that's what I'm trying to say. Like that was before it really got hot, as in the weather and everything. I lived out there for 4 years, off and on, back and forth from Houston, and I don't want to like bust your bubble, but you're gonna end up moving back. It's not, the weather's not just. The weather does not outnumber everything. Like the weather's beautiful. I love that about LA, but that's the only thing. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, I wouldn't come to LA, bro. It'll eat you up and spit you out, man.
There's nothing.
The beach
exactly.
ain't. Now I will say this. I don't know if you in Texas, if you in Houston, but goddamn, when the motherfuckers took me to Galveston for the first time, I was like, this is your beach?
That's a swamp.
This brown ass, dirty ass dookie
But
water.
it's like, instead of you moving to LA, you can literally just plan ahead and take trips to Cancun and get the beach out there and spend a weekend out there once a month, and you'll still be straight. You'll still be saving money doing that instead of moving to LA. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Jay-Z writes, what up, Ben and Jimmy? Thank you for linking up on this podcast, being the dynamic duo. Do you guys plan on designing and releasing any merchandise down the line? We definitely do. We are going to have some Cold as Ice merch. We definitely will. There's something, we did some BTB merch early on, and it did well. I just think that this is something that, in fact, really, we should start working on it immediately. So definitely there'll be merch coming down the line.
For sure. We actually been working on it.
Do you have any plans on having, do you have any plans on having any other Asian designers on the pod, like Dawi Chow from Public School? I mean, we want to spotlight some people. I actually have some people that I want to have on. I have a dude who's Vietnamese, has a supplemental company, but more so about just getting into a healthier physical overall health. We got Jimmy's cousin who did a 20-year bid, got a couple other people. But as far as Dao Wee, it's funny. I've known Dao Wee like through mutual friends and everything else. We've met several times. I don't really know dude. I wouldn't say he's on the top of my list, but there's other people that I would definitely want to have on. I just can't think of all of them right now.
Definitely.
Oh, this looks like a good question right here. Shane Hutchinson writes, hey, Ben and Jimmy. That sounds like an ice cream company. By the way, I was emailing you guys today to discuss getting over big losses of money. I recently got snaked for about $30,000, and that was basically most of what I had. What advice do you have for me to mentally get over it? Because financially, I'll be over it fine over time. I just don't know how to mentally get over it. Shit. You want to start, or you tell me?
I'll let you start. I think I would get too deep. That's why.
To this day, all bullshit aside, I'll trip on the fact that it costs $71 to feed me and my kids Chick-fil-A. I'll get mad at spending $60 at McDonald's. The other day, I was like, God damn, every time I go to Target, it's $300 or $500 at Costco, whatever the fuck it may be. And then, you realize in the big scheme of things, it's not shit, right? Like if you have bread, but I've always had that mentality. So for me to lose $6 million, for me to lose $800,000, for me to lose $1.7 million, it fucks with you. But if you let it defeat you and you let it consume you, then it's going to own you.
Exactly.
When you kick a man when he's down, right? Let's say someone's getting jumped. Once everyone gets the person down, It's a lot easier to keep them down, right? You got motherfuckers coming in, jumping in, whatever. It's that motherfucker that gets up that sets you apart. And I just feel like, look, man, mentally, and I'll still think about the L's. If you have people relying on you, it's different for me and Jimmy because we have kids. I don't know how old you are. I got people who depend on me. So am I going to sit here and dwell on this shit? Or am I going to go make that times 5 or times 10? And that's just basically where I've been mentally. Anything you want to add, Jimmy?
You know, like I was saying earlier in the show, you know what I mean? Like you're gonna go up and down a lot. And you're gonna just have to look at this as, you know, a L and, you know, go through what you gotta go through. But the sooner you get back to getting on the grind, you'll get to that W. So you know, it's life, man. It's gonna happen. It happens to the best of us. So don't take it too personal. Learn from it and make sure whatever situation that made you lose that, don't put yourself in that situation again.
Do you love watching sports but wish you could consistently make money in sports betting? Captain Picks is for you. My squad is filled with 9 professional handicappers, and we knock down wins all day, every day, in every major and international sport. The added bonus of being in Captain Picks' crew is that it comes with a Discord account where you can ask questions and cheer on games with the people from all around the world. NBA, NFL, college football, UFC, MLB, soccer, tennis, and more. You got to be in it to win it. Sign up for daily, weekly, or monthly plans at CaptainPicks.com with promo code MANAGE for 50% off. All right, Jeffrey Ng writes, what it do, Doc? Assume he's Vietnamese. BB, this is a serious question. Why you got so much hate for the 49ers besides the fact that you're a Seahawks fan? To start, besides the fact that they got to be the most chicken shit, punk ass, bitch ass, hoe ass, fucking clown, fucking bitch, motherfucking stupid ass, dumb fucking idiot ass, lame fucking sus ass, punk ass, bitch ass, fucking stupid, dumb, stupidest, fucking dumbest, lamest, fucking lamest, absolute corniest, fucking lame of the fucking dumbest, fucking stupidest, fucking absolute lamest of the lamest, fucking corniest, worst fucking fan base in the entire world, and the fact that all their fucking IQs together don't even equivalent to fucking one dumbass, fucking stupid, dumb, idiot, fucking stupid, dumb, fucking stupid piece of shit ass, bitch ass, motherfucking punk ass fan base. In 1990, I put a $200 bet on the Denver Broncos to beat the Niners in 1990, and Joe Montana, they taxed that ass 55-10. And it's funny because I was in the Bay Area at the time, right? And, you know, all you hear is 49ers this, 49ers that. And I just never liked the Niners, right? And they were winning like crazy, right? And, you know, people say you hate winners, right? And the only joy I get in it now is that they just go through so much pain and suffering, and they haven't won a Super Bowl in 30 years. And they had that great era, but that shit's wiped away, bro. Look, I think it wipes away after 1 decade. 2 decades, 100%. You on 3 decades? You got there. Ain't no fucking silver prize for second place. You know, so it's just the fan base. Like, you know, I'm just me personally. If you have no ties to a city, legit, then it's weird. I feel weird in these days and age when people are a fan of LeBron and they just go to the team wherever he goes. Like, that shit's just weird to me, right? Supposed to say, oh, you in Seattle, dog? I had a business there for fucking 10 years, right? I've been a season ticket holder in Seattle for 13 years now. You know what I mean? So like, it's different. Now at a crib there's a story behind that and whatever. We had no team at the time as well. But yeah, that's just basically how I feel about the chicken shit, punk ass, bitch ass 49ers. That was just for me though. All right, Daniel Talk writes, what's up, Uncle Ben and Jimmy the Jizzant? 3-round boxing match, 3 minutes each round, Ben versus Jimmy, who win? And not trying to start anything, but just figured it'd be a funny one to ask because y'all joke a lot about random shit. Jimmy, let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Have you ever wrestled before? Been in a wrestling match?
Yeah.
You have, for real?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what cottonmouth is, right? Like the worst cottonmouth you ever had.
Uh-huh.
You wrestle. If you've wrestled before and you've lost, I don't know if it's different because I don't know how big you were in high school. When you wrestle, there's no cottonmouth like that. Boxing, same thing. You literally are dying. You have no, because when you're wrestling, it's everything right then and there for 3 minutes. You're giving everything you have for 3 minutes, and it's like even 2 minutes in, you're just gassed. You're dead. Mm-hmm. And you know, you lose a lot of water weight because you're fucking trying to make weight and shit like that, especially if you walk around 180 and then you're wrestling at 168 or even at 158 trying to cut weight. It's crazy, right? So like I remember those days and I hate those days. I'm probably in, I would say the top, this is the second time I've been in some of the best shape of my life. Jimmy got a lot of size on him.
I'm going to put it like this,
I just don't think Jimmy.
You know, I notice a lot of people nowadays, I feel like they always talk about going into the ring and fighting and all that stuff. I would just want to say I'm not a professional fighter. I've only fought in the streets and I fight in prison. So all these people that's ever talked about wanting to fight me in the ring, whatever, I'm not going to fight you in the ring. I just know that you want to fight me. And whenever I see you, I'm going to fight you wherever we're at. And there's no rules to where I fight at. So I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
Stop living in a world where y'all want to dictate how you disrespect people, whatever it be. Yeah. I'm going to disrespect you the way I feel like disrespecting you if you disrespect me. You know what I'm saying?
Dog, I'm kicking you in the nuts. I'm breaking the ball over your head. I'm going to stab you. I'm going to shoot you.
It's just so weird.
Do whatever
you know
it takes,
what I mean?
right?
Like, yeah, it's so weird. Like you hear people, they always want to talk about that. Like, we got a problem, let's go to the ring. No, we got a problem, let's handle it right here. Like, how you gonna sit there and tell me how I need to beat you up? No, I'm gonna beat you up how I know how to beat you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. But you know, as far as his answer, I guess he'll never know.
Yeah. This is fucking a interesting question. I don't know. Let's see. David S. writes, hey guys, question for the pod. Hope you can answer. As a fellow content creator, by the way, David, I just want you to know I'm not a content creator.
Me neither.
I need you to truly understand it off the top. That's just the first thing off top. Okay. What is the number one thing you recommend dealing with the highs and lows of posting content and all the anxiety that comes with depending if your content does well or poorly? Okay. I can answer this on a professional level. I know I'm going to have a certain amount of engagement that my core audience is gonna tune into. And at that point, you don't give a fuck. And especially when you're being paid by a sponsor or there's a paid partnership, whatever the fuck it may be, as long as you get your point across, even if you get to 3% of your following, 4%, or whatever the number is, if I move $25,000 bottles of Truff hot sauce, I know I did a great job for what I needed to do. You just have to know your market. And sometimes it's disappointing, sometimes it's not, you know, and I think one of the key things is people want something that's limited edition. They don't want something that's everywhere. Unless it becomes a thing like, I don't fucking know, whether it be Pinkberry or whatever the next craze is, energy drinks or whatever the fuck it is, where you're on a mass scale. It's just knowing your audience. And me personally, I deal with the limited edition audience, right? So I do drop things in 300, 100, maybe up to 1,000 sometimes. And I'm like, all right, let me get 1,000 of these gone and I don't do it again. There are highs and lows with all this stuff and, you know, you want to do well. I just think that I really prepare before I do it. The only thing that sucks now is that the algorithm changes so often on Instagram. You're not even getting really, your audience is not even getting to see it because the way that Meta works is so fucking bullshit. They decide and dictate who gets to see your shit.
Exactly, man.
Jimmy, you get any highs and lows? You want to add anything with that?
No, you know, I'm not a content creator and I wish I knew, you know, the secret or the magic behind it. And you know, like Ben said, I just post, you know what I mean? And it's like, if I can get to my core, I'll get to it. In the long run, it gets to it and it gets out. But, you know, it really sucks with that whole algorithm and how they do that shit, you know what I mean? But It is what it is, man.
Yep. Kenny Jung writes, hey, Ben Hyung, what's up, man? I wonder if you and Jimmy could dive into how each of you saved your first $100,000 and then later saved your first $1 million. What steps did you take? How long did it take to reach those milestones? Also, if you had to do it all over again, what could you do differently? How long do you think it would take to save your first 100,000, then your first million? As a financial advisor, I think it's crucial, especially for younger listeners, to understand that wealth building doesn't happen overnight. Hearing your practical advice and experiences were incredibly valuable to them, especially people like you who have already achieved these goals. All right, I'll start. I made my first six-figure job at 23. Now, the thing is, just because I made six figures didn't mean I was going to save six figures, right? And that was right when Dr. Dre had said to me, making $1 million is easy, saving $1 million is not. It's really hard. Now, I wish I had invested in things back then, but I had to go the hard way. Had I invested maybe even $5,000 a year in certain things, that would be multi-millions of dollars today. I didn't know. If I even invested $5,000 in Apple in 1996, could you fucking imagine what kind of money that would be today? And I'm being serious. You just don't know, right? You got to think about that. So my first $100,000 wasn't $100,000 in cash. I had $100,000 in assets. So my net worth of $100,000 was reached right around probably 2001. And that was mostly in sneakers, right? I'd rather have a nice ass Benz and a BMW and some nice cars than actually having anything. And I was leasing these cars. But once I had $100,000 in sneakers, I knew at that point, so that had taken me, 28 years to get to that point, which I probably could have achieved that at 25. Now, at 31, I became a millionaire because I sold my sneaker collection. So, what could I have done differently? I kind of broke it down. I wish I would have invested my money early on. Jimmy, why don't you break down your first 100 or your first mil?
Bro, my first 100, my first six figures I made, I was probably 17 years old. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm not gonna sit here and try to talk smart and really make it sound like I had it all figured out. Like, I used to spend money like water. Growing up, I never understood the real value of a dollar. I had nothing. I came from nothing, So I really just, making that kind of money at a young age, I was spending it like crazy. I had this back thought in my head, like, yo, if I can make it, like I'm gonna keep making it. I think the first time I realized I had $1 million, I didn't even realize I had it because I knew that I had a problem with having cash. I couldn't hold on to it. You know what I mean? So I started buying assets. Like I knew dudes on the streets that were selling gold or whatever it is. And I'm not even, I would just go get it checked. And I used to go to Johnny Dang's store. I used to go to Iceman Nick, King Johnny, just to make sure the gold was real. And then I saw like how much it was going for. They tell me, and I'd offer them a little bit less, whatever. And I throw it in a safe box. I did this a lot, bro. And I kept doing it. And I remember when I got locked up in 2010, 2011 for 6 months. Now that I think about it, when I came home, that I was at the time I was 28, 29. That's when, thinking back now, that's when I had my real first meal. As in, I probably had 300 or 400 in cash, and the rest was in gold, bro. And I didn't even realize that until I moved to Cali, and I started investing all this stuff, and I started selling the gold because I just had it sitting in the safe box. And after I kept selling it, I realized, bro, I had damn near almost 800,000 in gold sitting in the safe box, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. It was a blessing, man. And,
Jimmy, could you imagine if we fucking saved all the fucking gold from 04, 05 when it was $400 an ounce, bro?
Bro, I remember, yeah, and at the time I was making stupid bread, and my dad came to me and was like, you need to buy some gold. And I'm like, for what? And he was like, you need to invest. At that time, it was $375 an ounce, bro. And I looked at him, I said, what I need to invest for? I'm getting money, bro. I'm going to keep getting money. I wish I did. And land out here back then?
Fuck.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh my God, bro. Dog, I'm seeing even some of my boys' cribs that they was buying for $300K and this and that. It's like,
bro, it's crazy. So Bel Air was where Chinatown is. It's basically like the Bolsa for us, right? Bro, literally like 1990, 95, bro, that was nothing. It wasn't even Chinatown then. It was a different street. That was one block down. Land right there, bro, acres, you could have bought it for like $40,000, $50,000. Right now, those acres are going for fucking $1 million, $2 million. It's crazy, bro.
Even, dog, I'll be real with you, bro. I wish I could buy land for $1 million right now. But anyways.
Not out there, shit, man.
This is an interesting thing, man. I don't want you guys to ever think we cherry pick. There's some questions that really are completely irrelevant to anybody, and I know it's just important to you, and I do think about that when I look at a question. But I got a question here from somebody who I haven't seen in a very long time, Mike Roach, Cocky Riders. He's from a motorcycle gang that I was a part of for a very long time, and he put, yo, I got a question, my man, long time no see. Anyways, I've been a sales manager for 10 years now and was making this company $3 million a month, and now we're down to $1 million a month in sales. We've been selling private jets, mega yachts, and done it all. My question is, now that I'm trying to build this company back up, at what point do I take a risk to do my own shit, or do I sit comfortable on my salary and just stay loyal? Just confused on if to continue to grind when it ain't my company, but yet I'm 40 years old and I don't know what the hell I'm going to do at this age. Well, Mike, I don't really know you very well. I remember, I think you was in Miami, and I remember you had the crazy scooters with the speakers, and you had the R1. I do remember that. And I remember we used to ride. Good times. I hope you're well. I will say this. Look, we are in a fucked up economy right now. This is not an excuse. It is just a fact. I think that right now, the people who are scamming are the ones that got the money. And at the end of the day, as long as you're getting paid, right, you got to make a sale at the end of the day. I think that because you're in a luxury business, just like me and Jimmy are in luxury businesses, we are not dealing with essentials. You're not dealing with an essential lifestyle, or an essential item to live, right? Food, water, even liquor, I would say, would be essential for certain people. Those are recession proof. But when it comes to luxury items, you're dealing with the 1%. So you need to start marketing and finding the 1% that's out there, that they have to get these yachts. They still have to get these jets because people are out there getting them. And, it's just, you have to just start doing some homework. Now, as far as you going on your own instead of staying loyal, I would eat the salary. And at this point, stay there till as long as you can. But with the money you making, I hope you're doing smart shit and not putting 50 speakers on your scooter or your motorcycles anymore, doing shit like that. But, using that to invest in something else. That's the most important thing. And ride it out if you can. So, the company's still doing $1 million a month. It depends what your bottom end is. But, you're 40, you say, what else can I do? Well, bro, learn how to invest. Learn how to do some side hustles. Amazon, FBA, I don't know. I don't think that was really applied to you, Jimmy. But
No,
where
for
we
sure.
at? We had 50. Okay, we still got a lot of questions, bro. Why does someone always ask this fucking question? And I swear to fucking God, I answered it like 10 times. Jeff Choi writes, what type of pistol do you like to keep on you when you carrying? My daily carry is a Sig Sauer P365 with a extra capacity magazine. Jimmy, what do you carry out daily? What's your daily carry?
I'm a felon. I'm not supposed to be carrying any weapons.
Okay.
But
I guess you can't answer that
but
question.
I will say
okay.
the P365 is a very good one. Also the HK P2040 40 cal, beautiful weapon, very accurate.
Yeah, I like the P2000 SK.
Very good. Yeah.
I like the smaller one. P2000 is on roster in California. The Glock 43, Glock 42, the P365, these aren't on roster. They're not on roster. My P238 is not on roster in California. It's LEO only. That's law enforcement only. Anyways, Esuke Tanioka writes, hey, Ben and Jimmy, 2 questions. Out of all your children, who do you think will be the first to get married and who you think will be the last? You want to answer that first, Jimmy?
I think the first one to get married probably is going to be Jimmy, my Jimmy Jr.
Jimmy
I think
before
so.
Vanna?
I think so, bro. Vanna's such a tough cookie, bro. Like, man.
All right, hold on. Jimmy's your middle child, right?
Yeah. Well, Jimmy's the
Okay.
11-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Vanna's technically the middle
Yeah,
child.
yeah.
But
So, I'm saying like but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like in the
he's
three
kind-hearted.
main, I know the
Yeah,
other.
he's kind-hearted. He's a good kid.
Okay, who do you think will
man.
be the last to get married?
Either Jackson or Vanna, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like Vanna, since she was a youngster, she's saying she ain't never getting married, bro. Like, and I don't want that for her. You know what I mean? But she, oh man, she a tough cookie, bro.
I hope Vanna finds a good man.
I hope so too,
Hope
bro.
Vanna finds a good man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this is a funny question. I know the answer to this one. I feel like Ryder's going to be the first one to get married. He's a little playboy. He's popular. He's a little swag out dude. You know what I'm saying? He's got my personality, but he's also a big softy inside.
Yeah.
The last one I think to get married might be London. London's so shy, but London is so handsome and it's got such a great personality. If
Definitely.
he lets it out, I think Kaya definitely. She's just gonna break hearts, but someone to come in there and swoop up and whatever else. But yeah, it was a good question, man. How funny. You know what? I'm going to let this question go. I wasn't going to let it go, but I'm going to let it go, and I'm going to let you answer it first, okay?
Yeah.
Manek Bangdu writes, yo, Ben and Jimmy, Trump or Kamala, and why? Fuck it. I'm just going to let it be known, man. Go ahead, because we only 20 days away from the election
Yeah,
or
I'm gonna be
something.
real, bro. I hope Trump, and over and all, just to say,
Why?
bro, like my best way to put it, because I'm not trying to get deep in politics, bro. Trump is a businessman. He knows how to handle business, and I'd rather let a man that knows how to handle business control or handle the world I live in than a lady that I don't know nothing about. The lady that all I know during her vice president career, only thing I known her and seen her do was throw a 50th birthday with every celebrity there. And the fact that I'm seeing lately, a lot of people are talking about she's trying to legalize marijuana in every state, and people shouldn't go to jail for that. But I feel that from what I know, which I don't know a lot, but what I know, she convicted a lot of these people for these crimes.
She put him away, dog, for years. For
So
many
that's what
years.
I'm saying is
She
that
put,
you trying to flip the script on something that, so what are your true beliefs? Because what was your beliefs in locking these people up for so long if you feel people shouldn't have been locked up for marijuana? So,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, simply Trump. on the business side of things, on every aspect of business, running the country as far as where the economy is and everything else. That's really important. Jimmy already stated that. As far as Kamala, I think that one, when he was in office, we weren't at war with anybody, and that is a big thing. There is an illegal immigrant problem that we do have. I'm not saying that we don't welcome immigrants. My family's an immigrant, are immigrants. Jimmy's family's are immigrants. But the way about doing it the right way is something, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And just having an infestation of them is crazy. But I do think that, I don't know if this is going to sound chauvinistic, if this is going to sound, fucked up to the women out there, including my girl and whoever else. I just think when it comes to power and it comes to politics and it comes to war and it comes to that level of us being in America, I just look at Kamala as someone that's as tough as she thinks she is. I think the rest of the country views her as someone weak. And I think they would try to take her down. I think that our country will be led into disaster as far as like strength wise, and as far as if it came down to a war.
Definitely.
And shit like that. And I just don't think we're ready right now in this time and age. Unfortunately, I think 8 years ago we would have been good for Kamala. I just don't think right now ain't the time for her.
And also, you just think
so
about it, bro.
We got that out the fuck.
If you just think about it too, like the only reason why she's even running right now is because Joe gave up because he was too weak. You know what I mean? It's like y'all weren't even planning to have her run, but because whoever y'all wanted to run, which was Joe, started falling off and got caught slipping, y'all threw her in the mix. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, man.
This is a very unusual question, a question that we've never got before. I'm just reading it right now. Again, I am not screening any questions. Frankie Salerno writes, "Hey guys, I own a fine dining delivery service specializing in Wagyu meats, caviar, Italian truffles." That's already right up my motherfucking alley. I travel to all the Malbon bucket events, and I played in both Wash Lord golf tournaments. I've had 4, dog. I don't know why you say both. I like to go to market and network my business and meet some good qualified potential buyers at these events. You guys are both successful, have done a lot of cool shit with your business to separate yourself from the rest. I would love any advice you have to give to a new up and coming business owner that's about to blow up this business that I own. I'll start, and then Jimmy, if you have any ideas. You said Wagyu, caviar, and Italian truffles and everything else. Look, dog, I think the best thing for you to do is try to cater the events at Wash Lord. Why not have a sponsored tent, at the main event, not the Oceanside ones, but we do the big ones, the main WLI, which was my second one's at Trump, the next one's at Trump, National LA, and having a booth with some Wagyu meats or anything, or doing a party for some people, whether it be anyone from fucking Tyler the Creator, Frank Ocean, or fucking, John Legend, or I don't give a fuck what political party you believe in. I'm not just throwing names out there and doing some ritzy parties, doing some cool parties. I don't have anything coming up, but I've had a friend of mine, Stilo Brim. He had a really, really nice Wagyu steak dinner at his house. They had like this beautiful sit-down dinner for like 16 people, and it was really dope. And this company provided Wagyu and provided some lobster tail and stuff like that. That'd be cool, I think, doing some marketing like that. But why not post the shit that, the meats that you have and doing them to people, and these people who have hot parties at their houses and shit like that. I know we're in a fucked up economy, but people do like eating the shit.
Definitely.
There's an all-you-can-eat Wagyu spot in downtown LA. That's $99, and it's actually legit. But Jimmy, you got any other advice for this dude, Frankie?
No, I think you hit it right on the spot, bro. I think those are the best ways to really do something like this.
John Prubo writes, "What's up, Kuya Ben and Jimmy the Gent? My name is John from Vegas. Thank you for dropping free game every Friday. I look forward to every new episode. Me and my boy listen out when we're detailing cars. Question, are you maintaining your ulcerative colitis with meds? Just asking because I have it and it sucks. I remember the episode said you had to pull over on the freeway to take a shit. Haha, I can relate. Also, Jimmy, how do you prevent your gout in remission? My ulcerative colitis has been definitely way under control. And I think the start of it was once I started intermittent fasting. Once I cut down my eating intervals to eating 8 to 10 hours a day, fasting from 14 to 16 hours a day, it it balanced out my stomach. So pretty much sometimes maybe in the middle of the day or nighttime I might go, but every morning I go and it's regular and it's consistent. So when I get in the car now, I don't have that anxiety like, oh, fuck, I gotta go. But I do know that if I do have to go because I ate something fucked up, I have way more time to buy now with no meds, just off intermittent fasting. Jimmy, you got any any prevention shit for your gout?
Man, as far as gout, I'm gonna just be totally honest with you. Mine's got so bad to the point where I got severe arthritis in my knees. You know what I mean? So for anybody out there that got gout, I'm just gonna let y'all know is like, don't take this shit lightly, man. I found out I had gout 16 years ago, and I took that shit lightly. Kept getting fucked up. Kept drinking. You know, you really gotta, watch your diet and really watch you eat, because there's a lot of stuff in the foods that we eat that, the government, makes, that causes a lot of stuff as inflammation and things like that. So, really just eating healthy, man. You gotta, even probably, I've never, I tried intermediate fasting, but it didn't work because it just didn't work out for me. But maybe doing something like that or stuff like things. But because gout gets to the point where not even just high protein or high uric acid, causing too much stress can give you a gout attack. Like for me, it was at a point where I wake up tomorrow, I don't know if it's my elbow, my wrist, my ankle, my finger joint, or anything that's going to swell up. So, man, just don't take that shit lightly. It's really a lot about the food we eat. So try to eat as, natural, fresh shit, not with a lot of preservatives or a lot of any corn, too. Corn can cause a lot of inflammation.
It's good advice, Doc. It's good advice, man.
Yeah.
This is actually an interesting question, bro. Jonathan Patterson writes, "What's up, Ben? I'm John. I've been a day one listener of your podcast. Do you have any stories about Theo from the radio?" Yes, Asian Theo. Why did he disappear out of nowhere? Do you have any memories about him? Thanks so much, love. You know what, man, Jonathan, that's a great question. Theo was one of my first probably inspirations. He was one of the very first Asian, not just massive stars on the radio, right? He came from, I don't know if it was Cam Yale from the Bay, but he came down to LA. He was on the beat and he was the man. And I'll tell you a crazy story. Theo had all the drops. He was the baddest motherfucking radio DJ. He had that voice. Theo was like, this motherfucker was the baddest motherfucker, right? And the first time I met Theo was when I was working at Denzel's restaurant, Creek Alley, and he was having dinner there. And he was my boy M's, and he was the number one dude on radio, and he was super cool, very kind dude. And then I remember around 96, 97, I got my first M3, and I was driving down Melrose. I was at the stoplight at Highland and Melrose, where the gas station is right there. And I think Moza is there now, right? And I'm in my M3, and I think I'm living life, right? I'm working for Dr. Dre. I'm in a motherfucking, just chilling. And a black 355 drop top Ferrari pulls up, and I was just fucking mind blown. It was literally one of the moments. Like now I can pull up a Ferrari, I can see a Bugatti now. It doesn't do anything for me. I don't care, right? I've had every fucking car. Seeing Theo pull up next to me in a black drop top Ferrari, that just did it for me. And I seen him and said, oh shit, it's Theo. And I was fucking just blown away. And he had an earpiece in his ear. Now, mind you, in 96 or 97, we only had the regular cell phones. And he probably had, back then, you could have like a kind of an earpiece that was like, you can kind of, an aux, earpiece you could plug in. And it was just one of the cold, he looked so motherfucking cool in this drop top, bro. It was crazy. Now, as far as why he disappeared from nowhere, I actually would love to find out where the fuck he went. I've Googled it randomly at night. I don't know, like a few years ago. I have not heard anybody who knows. There's one person that I might know that might know something, my boy, the Mizza, who's been going crazy on Instagram lately, starting to build up a following. He was a PD at Power 106, which actually took over the beat. But yeah, Theo was a legend, man. And fuck, if Theo, you out there listening, bro, I'd love to have you on the show, man. Oh, this is a good one, Jimmy. This is a good one. Patrick Jester writes, "What's much love from New Mexico, the 505. What are your thoughts on everything going on with Tracks NYC and 50 Cent?"
So
Jimmy, you see the shit going on, right?
So I see the video of Tracks giving out the 50 bricks, and supposedly 50 suing him for likeness of whatever. But what is it? What was it? I was trying to find it. What was he suing him for?
Okay, so Tracks posted a video, had a picture of his phone, and on the phone he had a picture of 50 Cent on there and say, "You see this cross that 50 Cent has? It's really nice. I make the exact same cross." He replicated the exact cross that 50 made and made it in like 5 different styles: black diamonds, sapphires, yellow gold, rose gold, white gold, and said, "We're selling this here." Boom. 50 said, "I'm suing you for liking this, da da da, this and that." Now I'm gonna tell you something, Jimmy. I'll say what I have to say. You can say what you say after. I'm dealing with this firsthand.
Okay.
My boy AC is a good friend of mine. I've known him for a very long time. He owns one of the most famous wheel companies in the world. He's a close friend of mine. AC owns 4G Auto Wheels.
Yeah.
Armenian dude, great guy. If I wanted a set of 4G Auto Wheels tomorrow, he'd send them to me immediately. I don't give a fuck, the most expensive wheels. He has given me wheels. He's a great dude. I love AC. He told me a story a while back about 50 Cent he bought some 4G Auto rims and they reposted his picture on Instagram and it ended up losing 200 grand in a lawsuit. I've heard 4 different situations like this before. And 50's attorneys for every single part of intellectual property and likeness or anything, he's never lost. He's 100% successful. And it's crazy. I've never heard him lose. And now I think Trax meant well, but sometimes at the same time, I think Trax does bark up the wrong tree. And in a way, because I know Trax, I don't think he meant it in a malicious way, but I don't think he understands that some of the things, the way he markets things, he's just so green. He don't get how things work and some things, and it sucks and whatever, and he's out there hustling. And I'm not mad at Trax for hustling. The way that he's going about it is a good way to fight it, because he's saying, hey, man, come on, man, that's just your inspiration, da-da-da-da-da. I don't think 50 cares.
Yeah.
And 50 is such a cold-blooded fucking person in court that I don't think he's going to fucking lose. But what's your opinion on it, Jimmy?
Man, can you introduce me to 50's lawyers? Who are his lawyers? That's all I need to know.
No, they cold-blooded, bro. They cold-blooded,
that's what
dog.
I need, man. That's what I need. I ain't gonna lie. That's what I need. Yeah.
Polo from Frisco. It's one of my, I love this dude, man. Polo dude is one of the, man, I'm telling you, bro, right now. There's not just, I hate even saying the word subscriber, but Polo is just a supporter. He from the Bay. He from the 415. He from Frisco. He from the SFC. I really fuck with this. Jimmy, you would like this dude, bro. He rapping. He just doing his thing. He a dad. He got a daughter. He holds it down for San Francisco. He's a cool dude. I really want you to meet this dude one day. But he writes, would y'all do a live podcast in different cities where folks could pull up and sit and watch live? Yeah, 100%. I've talked about that, Polo. You know that. I want to do San Francisco. I want to do Houston. I want to do New York. I want to do Las Vegas. Vegas is a weird crowd. I heard it from Jordan and Miles because they did it with Rappaport. But I want to do, I definitely want to do Chicago, Seattle, the Bay Area, Houston, Miami, and New York. Those would be the cities I want to do a live podcast in. And we would probably do it in like a place that holds 250, 300 people, like a nice theater or something, and do something like that and do a live podcast and bring some guests on and shit. I think that if we did it in Houston, I could bring Bun B. We could bring Paul Wall. We could bring Johnny.
For sure.
All that shit
Definitely.
would be cool.
Hell yeah. Yes, sir. The tour is on the way.
Chris Storman writes, salute Ben and Jimmy, much love from the Yay area, but random questions. Both you are family men and gun owners. What to you is a great security gun for a first-time buyer in home security? Also, what type of security dog for your family do y'all trust the most? I have a Cane Corso, but trust y'all opinions and takes. Look, there's no possible better home security gun than a 12-gauge shotgun, right? There's nothing, period. You get a motherfucking 12-gauge shotgun, and period. Now, if it has to be a handgun, me personally, I think the HK VP9 is the best. There it is, unless you got a Glock 19 and you have a 50, a 50 banana clip. As far as guard dogs, I think a Cane Corso is great. I think a Rottweiler is great. I think a German Shepherd is great. I think Doberman Pinschers are great. I think Pit Bulls are good. I don't know. Jimmy, what to you is a great security gun for a first-time home buyer in security?
For security and safety, like for a family, stuff like that, definitely 12-gauge shotgun. I think is good. Yeah. Handgun, like I like the P2000 40 cal. Dogs wise, I feel like any dog that's been trained to guard and protect is gonna be good. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Oh, hey, this is a fucking hilarious question coming up right here, dog. This is gonna be fucking amazing. This shit. I don't know if, what, man, I'll just rate Jamie. I don't want to put you out there on blast, man, like this. Look, what up, Jimmy Boy and Uncle Ben? This might be a little too much information, but fuck it. I'm 34 going on 35 in January. I used to be able to fuck like a champ, but recently it's been hard getting my shit hard, and it's pretty depressing because I never had this problem before. I will admit I've gained some weight. I know that could be a problem too, so I do plan on getting right. However, I keep hearing you talking about Hims, so I decided to jump on that and get the mint pills. I have them now, but I'm nervous to use them since it's the first time. I've ever used a pill to help out. From your experience, do you think I should use it to help out? I'm nervous that I won't be able to get hard on my own anymore. And if I start using the pill, I got to. My girl ain't upset with me, but I could tell that she feels bad when my shit can't stay hard when we want to get down. Any advice on how the pill works and when I should pop it and what to do best would be appreciated. Thank you, Ben. Jimmy Boy, love the pod. All right, Jamie, check this out, dog. Hims is not just a sponsor of the podcast. I have to be honest with you. They have an actual app, and the app actually has somebody you could talk to that's a doctor. And the doctor will actually give you what's best for you for your age. Okay, now I'm going to be real with you. I used to fuck like a champion too in my 20s, maybe my early 30s. When it got to my late 30s and my early 40s and throughout all my 40s, I'll be real with you. I got no problem telling you motherfuckers, I had ED. I had erectile dysfunction like a motherfucker. I think that probably was part of the reason why, the divorce happened, because I didn't give a fuck about fucking and I didn't want to fuck and I had nothing. Key thing is this. I don't know when the last time you got a physical was, but every time I got a physical after like 44, 45, I realized my testosterone levels were low. That's why I got on peptides. I also lost a lot of weight, started gaining a little more muscle, started getting more lean, right? So once I started getting on peptides and started taking testosterone, my Hims subscription was very basic. You could take one at night, you could take one in the morning, it doesn't really matter. You shouldn't have to take Viagra where you take it, right before, because I've had a situation where I thought a chick was going to come over, we were going to smash, so I take a Viagra, and then it's like, you know what, I'm going to take a Viagra, and then I remember one night the chick ghosted me. So I'm sitting here with a hard dick for fucking 2 days like a dumb fuck, you know what I'm saying? I'm fucking hitting up fucking whatever, some random ass, skeezers just to get my shit off. Point of the story is this. Don't use gas station pills. They're going to give you headaches, right? All the blood from your head rushes to your dick. That's why you get a headache. Hims, so far to me, I've used Cialis, I've used Viagra, I've used everything else. That was the best thing. I know there's other ones out there, but this one right here has been so good that my sex life right now, real shit, is like a champion. I can't remember, and I don't even want to put my girl on blast like that. I have never been on no fucking Korean stallion shit right now. Like I'm on some shit right now, bro. So 34, 35 is kind of young, dog. But I do think if you do lose some weight, I think if you test your testosterone levels, I think if you were to get a testosterone booster, maybe get on some peptides, and then talk to a Hims specialist instead of just using the mints, and get on a daily plan, you'll have no headaches, and I think it'll get you right. Jimmy, if you want to add, if that's just too much information, if you want to talk about a little bit something, but I don't know. Jimmy said his sex life is good, so I can't really speak on him.
I didn't even know about the Hims, whatever. I need to look that up because I ain't gonna lie. I'm not saying my sex life's like a monster. I definitely am not like I used to. I just actually got my physical. My testosterone is low, but I remember. I think it was 15 years ago, bro. I was drunk and I tried one of them gas station pills, bro. I got so crazy, throw up. Like I literally almost threw up all over the girl and everything, bro. So I'm scared to even done that. So I've never taken any pills or tried anything.
You feel like you're hot, right? Like you get like high
blood
blood pressure.
I felt like, bro, I felt lightheaded. I thought I was about to pass out. Everything started spinning. So like, man, I didn't know they had an app and all that. And I didn't know we had a sponsor doing it like that. So
there's a therapist, does everything, bro. I have a prescription. I do it every month. I'm going to say this, Jimmy. I couldn't last 5-10 minutes and that was fucking it. I'll give you 5. I might give you 10. I do it. Bro, I'm talking about 30, 20, 40. Like,
man,
bro, I'm a fucking animal right now, bro. That shit is incredible.
No, definitely.
Okay, Chris Cheek writes, what's good, Ben and Jimmy? Question for y'all. I currently drive a GS 350 F Sport. I'm looking to upgrade in the next few months. I want a bigger luxury vehicle to have more room for my girl and family. Not trying to go insane with pricing, so I would be buying something used. What would you recommend? S-Class, 7 Series, Escalade, Range Rover? Even though I've heard reality bits about ranges. Ben, could you speak on your experience? I know you've had a few. I'll say something quick and I'll let Jimmy say something. I wouldn't get into a used S-Class that was a full warranty. 7 Series, Range Rover, I love my Range Rover. I've had no issues. It's amazing. I've had a bunch of them, but I also don't have them for a very long time. But this car right here has been the best Range Rover they ever made, and it drives like a fucking car, and it's amazing. It's spacious, but that's just, they're still going for way too much money. I personally would get an Escalade if I were you. I wouldn't jump in the brand new one. I think the current Escalade right now that's out is dope. I know they changed the body style. Fuck that new body style. I think it looks too alien weird. Like, I think the new Escalade that's out right now is fucking an amazing car. It drives incredible. I have a friend of mine who has 78,000 miles on his fucking 22 Escalade, and that motherfucker drives tits. It just has space, everything, and it's fucking, you could find a cool deal on one now. They're not going crazy anymore. Jimmy, what do you think?
Yeah. You know, I own a 2021 Escalade ESV. My favorite car to drive. You know, it's just, you know what I mean? And it's nice, stylish. You know, I got it all white, which is the black accents, black wheels. It's perfect, man. I love it. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the perfect way to go. Like, you can get one pre-owned 22, 23, you know what I mean? Like, I ordered the brand new one coming. Man, I've had every Escalade, every model in the last, I think, 4 or 5 generations of it. It's a good car, man. I'm not gonna lie. For the family to get around doing whatever, spacious, reliable, you know what I mean? I do the extended warranty, 200,000 on them things, and just ride that thing out, man. Ain't got no problems.
All right, next question is from a girl I love to death. This is Annie Yu. She is a news anchor in the DMV. Yes, that is the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. She is a Korean news anchor, beautiful woman, mother to 2 beautiful girls. Just an amazing fucking person. I've been on her show. I've been on the news in DC. And she just an amazing person, and I love that. I didn't even know she listens to the podcast. It's fucking amazing. She writes, "Hi, Ben and Jimmy Boy. Big fan of the pod for the topics you guys tackle and such thoughtfulness and authenticity. It's refreshing and inspiring. I have 2 questions, but I understand if you only choose one. As knowledgeable jewelers, I'm curious about your thoughts on these popular and trendy pieces of jewelry from Cartier, David Yurman, Van Cleef. What are your thoughts in terms of craftsmanship and these designer pieces in general?" So, Annie, you know, this is hundreds of years of jewelry design houses with Cartier and Van Cleef. Not so much David Yurman. I've never been a big fan of David Yurman. To my knowledge, most of their stuff is silver, and it's really not my thing, right? Tiffany & Co. has a lot of silver stuff. That's what, for the masses, and that's what their thing is. I wouldn't speak on David Yurman. I don't think anything that he does is anything I would even care for. And I have looked at some of their stuff. It's just not my thing. As far as Cartier, you know, they found a niche. They have a market, and yeah, they charge, you know, $1,200 per gram, you know, and they can command that. I think the Love bracelet is a great looking bracelet. I like the way it looks. You know, it's been replicated. It's you know, replicated in an authentic way and in an inauthentic way, meaning they make them in fake gold and gold fill, and then people are making them really actually in 18 karat gold and real diamonds, but they're not made by Cartier, right? I do think they make some great jewelry and some of the stuff. I've had some inspiration from them. As far as Van Cleef, you know, VCA, spectacular, timeless designs for an older audience. It's so cool to see them now, you know, catch this vibe that they're getting right now. But I respect them so much. I respect, you know, what Harry Winston has done. The all-time high for me is Graf. Graf is just that's the apex of high-end jewelry designers. What's your thoughts on these, Jimmy?
I agree with you. You know what I mean? I agree with what you say. Like, these are companies that have been, like you said, hundreds of years. You know what I mean? They've understand and the craftsmanship is amazing. These are people that I could just imagine that I could be, you know, at the same level one day or whatever, you know, as a company and overall in every way. You know what I mean? Like, you know, people can look at it like, yeah, you know, they charge $1,200 a gram, but they demand that, and they can, you know what I mean? Because they got the shit to back that up. So it's beautiful, you know what I mean? And it's beautiful to see more jewelry with new designs, as in pushing the envelope and seeing newer things. That, you know, it's a beautiful thing. Jewelry is a beautiful thing. It's art.
Let me say this. I've been approached by, and I won't put them on blast, I've been approached by the largest diamond jewelry design house in the world, arguably, you know, one of the top 3 biggest. And they've asked me for designs and stuff, and I was taken back. I was very, very humbled and flattered, but at the same time, I'm not giving my shit out for free unless you want to put my name and my logo next to your fucking, you know, your turquoise box or your red box or, you know, your little logo. Next question she had was more for me. She said, "How do you approach course management during a round?" You know, Annie, that's a crazy question. Me being 28 months into golf, and with the help of tour players and the best coaches in the world, arguably from Tiger Woods to, you know, to Bryson to John Rahm, and the best coaches in the world, the best advice, you know, I look at a course so different. Whether, you know, you're playing a course that's 6,100 yards or you're playing a course that's 6,800 yards, you know, every hole I look at it differently, right? I never cared about the pin location before, but that's an important thing. So for instance, today we had a par 4 and it was a shorter hole, it's 320 yards. I knew at that point I could hit about a 240 yard shot and I'd have an 80 yard shot. But then I figured, you know what? Why don't I hit a 5 wood, 200 yards, 205 yards, so I can have a nice little gap wedge or soft, you know, hitting pitching wedge, right? And the pin was all the way back, so it was perfect. So I hit the ball about 205 yards, and I had 115 in. I had a little wind coming in. So what I did was I took a pitching wedge out, did about a 75% swing, and let the ball roll up, and I missed the birdie putt. I made a par. Then the next hole, I had a 151 yard par 3 with crosswind going left to right. And I said, you know what? I can get there with a 7 iron, but the pin is kind of back. I'd rather get a little closer and see if I could spin it back and you know, maybe I could see if it kind of launch it high. So I took out a 6 iron and I went for it, and I went pin high and landed right on the fringe. And it just, again, it's really about how you approach things, right? On a par 5. You know, do you want to, you know, get on in 3 if you're long enough? You want to get on in 2? You know, what are you trying to do? And I really look at a course a lot differently. So, you know, I always make sure I'm checking out the greens. I always make sure the pin location, you know, if the pin location's in the side and the right, I'm always aiming left. I'm away from the pin. If depending, you know, the pin's in the middle, I'm going right at it sometimes. If the pin's in the front, I'd like to go a little past it and then, have it spin back. If not, if there's like, you know, a tucked little hill, maybe if I'm lucky enough, I can get it on the hill and it'll roll down to the front of the pin. That's basically it. But Jimmy, Annie, I love you and thank you for supporting. That's so dope that you listen to the show. Ryan writes, long distance relationships, can they work out? Any prior experience? How do I go about this? Jimmy, you ever had a out of state or out of country relationship before?
I've had out of state relationship, and it can work. You know what I mean? It all depends. You know, it can work. I feel like I said, you know, earlier, communication is key. Having communication with somebody, you know, finding someone that you can really, you know, get along and really be yourself with. But I will say, from my experience, is that there's always there's got to be a time, like a line, like to where it's like, where is this going to go? You know what I mean? Like eventually somebody's going to have to move, or both people would decide to move, whatever it is. But it gets to that point of sacrifice, you know what I mean? But it definitely can work. I believe in that.
I mean, a long time ago, I dated chicks that live in New York, dated a chick who lived in Tokyo. You know, at the end of the day, what Jimmy's saying is right. I think at a certain point, really though, I think I was not in the place, in the mindset to take it too serious. I felt like, all right, well, I have a chick in Tokyo, and if I meet a girl here, you know, I'm gonna do what I need to do here, and whatever. And if it was really that serious, then yeah, you'd be there. And then when you're there. It's just, I don't know. I couldn't see it serious how.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, are you guys have a kid together? I don't know. It's just, I can't really speak on it, but I guess Jimmy said what he had to say. Oh God, Jimmy, this might be the last question. This is gonna be a real answer, bro.
All right.
Hey, Ben and Jimmy, how do you feel about what Simu Liu said about the boba tea situation on a show where they didn't show Taiwan any love for the boba brand? Did you see that situation with Simu Liu and the boba company that started the boba brand? And I think they're like white people or whatever.
They're
how do you feel?
I think they're
that?
Colombian or something, bro. To be totally honest with you, bro, I feel like he was just real extra, bro. To be honest with you, you know, the guy even brought up that, you know, their partners are from Taiwan and they play a very part as in a cultural aspect of what they're doing. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like he would, I feel like he, like from off the top, I felt like he was just feeling some type of way. And you know, it's kind of racist,
there's fucking
I feel,
Chipotle,
bro.
there's fucking so many different goddamn things, bro. There's fucking cheeseburgers and there's pizza, there's Domino's pizza in fucking Korea. There's fucking ramen in fucking Germany. There's, I don't know, dog. I just like, bro, I need motherfuckers just to chill the fuck out, bro. Like, I really do. I know Simu and he just speaks on shit sometimes. Like, dog, he got his first job playing a fucking Korean guy. And he's from Canada, dog. Like, I just think everyone needs to chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I feel, bro.
Like, I just, man, sometimes, like, you know, there's a whole other situation I'm not going to get into about these European people in London.
I'll give you an example, bro. That's like
the word pho.
Yeah, I heard about that. The crazy thing for me, bro, it's just like that's like when I used to rap and motherfuckers used to be like, "Oh, you don't represent for the Asians because you don't talk about being Asian when you rap." Like, what do you like? I have to talk about being Asian. Like, look at me, motherfucker. Like this, I'm nothing but Asian. You know what I mean? My music pertains to my life and things and how I am as an artist, whatever it might be. But you're gonna tell me that I'm not, I'm not doing it for my people because I don't talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you know what I mean? You can't make everybody happy. And I just really feel like he probably woke up on the wrong side of the bed that day, honestly.
Well, it wasn't as deep as I thought. We got a couple questions. We can keep going. Anthony writes, "Yo, Ben, how has the co-parenting been since the divorce? Are you and Nicolette civil with each other? Or is everything through the courts?" Yeah, man, we're good. Me and Nicolette, a great place. I'm always gonna love Nicolette. Period. I have no bad blood with her. We talk fucking 5-6 times a day. I think she has a boyfriend. I don't know how serious they are. I don't care. I got a girl. Kids are in the best position with me they've ever been. I've never had a relationship like this with my children. This bond we have is so strong. There's been no issues, man. So I really can't say anything bad. I got nothing but love for her, and I wish her the best in anything she does. We don't get too deep into our personal shit, but we chat every day, Guillermo writes, "What's up, Ben and Jimmy? My name is Guillermo. I'm from Petaluma. It's 40 minutes north of San Francisco. I've been fucking with the pod heavy. You guys be spinning for real game. My question is, what is the deal with Moissanites? I hear it's got a lot of same characteristics as diamonds. Obviously, diamonds are the hardest thing on earth, on the planet, but I hear a Moissanite doesn't fall far behind it. I also hear the bling is a bit different, but it does pass a diamond tester. Why do some jewelers talk down on it? Is it because it's a poor man's way to stunt, or is it the longevity, or is it uncertain?" Jimmy, we've kind of discussed this before. Go ahead and tell your opinions on what, and this ain't CBD, we're talking about Moissanites.
I'm going to let you take that, bro. You steer the wheel in this situation. I feel like
So,
for it's a more personal thing.
yes, it is. A Moissanite is look. I think in this day and age, a lot of people have a hard time spending $30,000 to $100,000, and I don't think they're not looking about it on an asset level, right? And I think that people are going about everything in a way I wouldn't go about it personally.
Yep.
Now, if you own a home, you have an asset, you could take a loan against it and certain things. If you buy an engagement ring, how I feel about it is if you have homeowners insurance, you're going to be covered. And if you have like a Jewelry's Mutual or whatever, or different type of outside insurance, you're going to be covered. And there's actually very broad, coverage on these things. So like, let's say your wife lost it on a trip to Rome, you will get your money back. Now, if your appraisal's done right, you got J papers and it's done legit, and you have a good stone, you most likely are going to get the ring replaced, or you're going to get probably more money than you actually paid for the diamond later, because the replacement value is what it is, and you've paid a premium on it, so you ain't going to lose.
Exactly.
Now, with the Moissanite, if you buy a $500 earring that would cost 60 grand, that's a huge difference. Let's say you bought a pair of earrings for $1,000 that would cost 50 to 60K if they were diamonds. Now, are you going to get $500 back from? I don't know, but maybe it's just like, fuck it, they're disposable, they for stunt. I think they just for a stunt purpose, and they don't pass a diamond tester. Diamond testers in the last like 5 or 6 years will test for a Moissanite, and they'll test for a CBD. So personally, a Moissanite's going to have also a little bit of yellowish tint to it, and it always has a certain thing. A CBD is definitely a lot better if you're going to go, in a lab-made direction. But yeah, I just don't see anything in it. Yeah, you could do it and you're going to save money, but then again, you just get nothing back. So it's pointless at that point. That's my honest answer.
I agree. That's how I look at it.
Oh, dude, this question is so fucking good, bro. This shit is so fucking good. Hey guys, big fan Bam over here. Been fanned out with the baller for 15 years plus. However, Jimmy Boy is my new boo-boo. This is a dude, man. All right. Okay, here goes the question. I know you guys travel to Thailand and Vietnam a lot. Have you ever wondered about ladyboys? I feel like Ben would probably pass on it, but I feel like Jimmy the Gent would totally low-key smash the pootie one out there. I'm sorry. I feel like Jimmy the Gent would totally low-key smash the pootie out of one. Thanks,
Bruh.
David.
You just don't know
You want to
me.
start that? I'll finish it.
Hey, all I gotta say is you just
What's your opinion on ladyboys?
You just don't know me. Hey, I ain't got nothing against them. I'm gonna tell you like this. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a homie growing up, and
All right, Jimmy. Jimmy,
Yeah.
have you ever seen? No, stop. Have you ever seen an absolutely beautiful ladyboy before? And I'm being dead ass
Bro,
serious. No judgment.
Let me tell you a story, bro. My dad used to have a restaurant, and one day I come there to eat lunch, and he got a TV on. They watching like a pageant. You know what I mean? And so I walk in, he's like, yo, look at the pageant I'm watching. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, that's what's up. He's like, you see the girls there? I go, yeah, cool. I'm like trying to sit down, get situated. And he keep pressing it though. He's like, yo, look, you know what I'm saying? They look good, huh? They look good. Da, da, da. I'm like, yeah, they cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just wondering why he pressing me so hard, right? And he's like, you see them? And he's like, those are all boys. And I'm just like, bro, like, why you even telling me like that? You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, when I look like, they look like women, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, there's not no low key shit to nothing like that, bro. Like, and I'm not against homosexuality or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I have my cup of tea, you know what I'm saying? And that's not my cup of tea. So, you know, David, you know, like I respect your opinion, but there's a reason why you just never heard of me and don't know who I am after all this time. So, you know, you can daydream about me or whatever it is, but that's all it's going to be.
Okay. You did not answer the question that I just said.
Hell, fuck,
Have you ever seen a drop dead gorgeous ladyboy before?
Nah, I've never seen a drop dead gorgeous ladyboy. Like I told you, I saw the pageant and they look like girls. You know what I'm saying? But I don't care if the ladyboy's drop dead gorgeous. My dick ain't gonna get hard knowing that's a fucking man, bruh. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that.
Okay, now question this.
I can't even get my dick hard to a fat girl, bruh. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, listen. Let's say it's a... Okay, now, by the way, you know, ladyboys are usually taller than you know, they're not going to be the 5'3", 5'2", you know what I'm saying? They would be usually 5'7" to 5'8", 5'9", because, you know, they're used to be, they're men, biologically, whatever. Let's say there's these ladyboys that are actually getting the full transition, and they getting the dick cut off, and they had a vagina. I don't know how the fuck that works. But if the ladyboy, you found out, you know, she had a vagina, whatever, and you thought she was bad as fuck, and then you smashed, and then found out later that.
So number one, right? You know, I've never had a one night stand, and the reason why is I like to get to know the person I'm talking to. I feel like if I get to know the person, I'm gonna find the loopholes. If I was ever in that situation that happened, bro, like I think I'd probably kill the motherfucker for putting me in that situation. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm gonna tell you like this, right? Look, I've asked my homeboys this, right? I've asked my homeboys this. I go, yo, like I want you to imagine this, Ben, and I want you to answer this too. So I'm gonna ask you, okay? Imagine you was at the club, God, okay? Bro. Imagine this is a 25, 30-year-old Ben. You at the club, you meet a girl, fine as heck. Y'all start chopping up, hanging out, y'all drinking, having a good time. You take her back to the crib or you take her back wherever. Now imagine you making out with this girl, y'all touching all this stuff, you getting into the situation, and now you start putting your hand like up her skirt or her dress between her legs. And your reaction as soon as you end up realizing that there ain't no coochie there, what you gonna do?
What do you think I'm gonna do?
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'd probably
No. That wasn't the question.
Hey,
question was, what do you think I'm gonna do?
I don't know what you gonna do, bro. I can't speak on what you gonna do in a situation like that.
That's a man, and we gotta catch the fade.
I'd probably beat that motherfucker till he die. I'm sorry. Like I would probably.
Okay. Anyways, listen, bro.
Oh my God, bro.
I've been to Korea, and my friend Irene Kim, who's one of the biggest models in Korea, she's drop dead beautiful. She's gorgeous. I think Irene is so beautiful. She had brought one of her friends over, and you know you can see, right? And sometimes you can't see an Adam's apple. You know what the dead giveaway is? Oh, every single time.
To me, the elbows and the knees.
They talk like this because they have to talk like this. No, dog, this is Korea, motherfucker. Motherfuckers, I told you. There's motherfuckers that look like fucking Logan Paul, and then they look like motherfucking Emily Ratajkowski. Like I said, they look, the fucking surgery is incredible. There's girls getting knees done, feet done, everything. They getting the whole shit. These is feminine girls, boys, or whatever. Boom, and this girl was beautiful, but she still had the fucking little fucking gochu. For those you don't know, cochuma is little pepper, means little dick. Anyways, and I was like, wow. And it fucked me up. And the reason why it fucked me up, it scared me because I was like, yo, man, this would be a problem. Like, this type of problem. But yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know why that dude suggested that you would smash on a low.
I think because he would. I think because he would. That's all. That's all it is.
All right, hold on, Jimmy. We're going to end it like this.
Mm-hmm.
For 50 million cash, would you let a lady boy smash you in the ass?
No, sir.
50 million cash.
No, sir.
50 million.
No, sir. 500.
50 mil.
Even if it was 500 million, bro, you not fixing to take my manhood from me, bro. Fuck that, bro. You would have to kill me, bro. Like, no.
500
Even
million,
500
Jimmy?
million. No, bro. No. You gonna see me, bro, if I did that for even 5 billion, I'm gonna be in the shower like the crying game, and bro, like I won't be the same person ever again. No, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'd rather live my life broke than let somebody do that to me, bro.
That was the best fucking fan questions ever. It gets better and better every month. We do it every 4 to 5 weeks. That was absolutely fucking incredible. I appreciate everybody. There was fucking probably 75 questions that we didn't answer at least. But I appreciate everybody who tuned in. I want to say real quick, thank you to everyone who attended the Watch Lord Invitational Oceanside Scramble. That was fucking amazing. Jimmy, thank you for pulling up. That was fucking lit. It was such a great fucking time. It wasn't a sponsor-driven event. We got events coming next year. But I want to say again, thank you. And by the way, Jimmy, thank you. And I love you. You are fucking my dog. And everyone out there, hey, listen again.
Love you too, bro. Oh, and let me just add, bro, I just started playing golf.
Jimmy should start playing golf.
Me and my son,
shout
Jimmy
out to my boy
Jr.
Dalton Joyce.
Yep, shout out to Dalton.
By the way, guys, 63% of you motherfuckers are watching the show and not hitting the subscribe button. Hit the motherfucking subscribe button. All right, guys, we gave you guys an hour and a half. Over. All right? All right, y'all. Hit the subscribe button. I love y'all. We out. Peace.
This lifestyle we live, man, it's cold, it's ice. We took a chance, the ball, now we set the price. This lifestyle we live, man, it's cold, it's ice. We took a chance, the ball, now we setting the price. Let's get it.